Hey, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, and give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rachak Kodash. Double honors unto the elders, apostles, at Great Millstone, the elders, Great Millstone, and of course, peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect, the sincere servants of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, serving him in truth and sincerity. Yeah, so coming back with another lesson through spirit. This lesson will be based off of this article from nationalnews.com. It says, globalist elites want to eliminate billions of people. Will you be one of them? Yeah, and I see a picture of a guy, or, looks like a rich man holding the world. That's what it's depicting. And yeah, the title speaks for itself. They want to eliminate billions of people. And the question is, will you be one of them? So it says, this is an election year in the U.S. In normal times, an election is a moment when ordinary people can take back control of their nation's destiny. But these are not normal times. Across the globe, men and women are waking up to the alarming truth that governments no longer serve God or the people. And yeah, these governments, man, never served the Lord of the Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Hey, they never served, the Lord. They started saying, all of these governments, these top officials and elites and high wealthy people, Edomites and stuff, these high wealthy Edomites, man, hey, they're all saying this. They're all they're all anti-God, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The true name of the Heavenly Father being Yahweh, according to ancient Paleo-Hebrew, and his son's name being Yahushai, according to ancient Paleo-Hebrew, which is the language of the heavens, and it's what the Israelites spoke, and it's what the Lord speaks. What he spoke while he was on the earth. When Apostle Paul got knocked off of his horse, the Messiah came to him. He said he was speaking in the Hebrew tongue. Paul was being spoken onto in the Hebrew tongue by the Messiah. So it says, that governments no longer serve God or the people. Yeah, and they never really serve the people either. You think they're going to listen to the population? They set it up as if it's a democracy, but really that's just a facade. They're the ones pulling the strings. They set a problem, reaction, solution. So, yeah, they set up the problem. They want the people to react in a certain way. Then they present a solution onto you. And then they basically present select solutions for, the people. Okay, these are only the only solutions we have. So which one's the best? And these solutions are really set up to benefit them. It's not set up to benefit the people. So it's a lot of craftiness going on. So it says, and the truth of what humanity is facing is horrifying. Globalist elites are hell-bent on using the power of national governments to carry out a worldwide call of human beings. And you might wonder what call means. Let's go ahead and get that definition. It means, it says, one second. It says select from a large quantity, obtain, or really it says right here, reduce the population of, right here, a wild animal by selective slaughter. Yeah, and the elites, they look at the masses as cattle, as a wild animal. They look at the consumer, basically, the masses and anybody who, again, just a common person, they look at us as cattle, a wild animal. So they want to cull us by selective slaughter. Of course, they want to retain as much of their people they can, but they understand that even some of their people, the Edomites, the so-called white men, some of their so-called white population needs to go in order to achieve their NWO, while eliminating billions of people and getting down. Apparently, let's keep on reading. It says they are pledged to bring the world population down from nearly 8 billion people to just 1 billion. That's right. According to these plans, 7 billion people must go. Yeah, last time I checked, it was 500 million, according to the Georgia Guidestones, but this article is saying 1 billion. I'm not sure where that changed, but yeah, 1 billion, 500 million, whatever the point is that they want to take down billions of people and bring it down to a limit that they deem is, I guess, a limit that's good for them. I guess a limit that they can manage. It says, will you or your children be among them? It says, you might think that this can't possibly be true, but the 1 billion limit is no secret. Look at these recent, it says, look at these recent words from Dennis Meadows, one of the authors of Limits of Growth, this 1972 manifesto for global depopulation, sponsored by the Club of Rome, that says, we are going to have 1 billion people. We have to get back down. That's what lies ahead. So, yeah, again, last time I checked, it's 500 million, but that's, It says, the man who said these words knows exactly what they have in store for us. The Club of Rome is an elite globalist outfit founded in 1968 and dedicated to making sure that 7 billion people like you and all of us, it says, don't have a future. Here's what Meadows foresees for you and your family. Famines, demics, revolutions, dictatorships, wars, a lower standard of living. Yeah, man, that's exactly what Yahushua spoke about in Matthew chapter 24. He said famines, he said pestilences, another word for, and I'm saying demic because you can't say that full word or else they'll try to take down your video. But yeah, demics, meaning pestilences and outbreaks of disease or whatever. Pestilence. Yahushua spoke about famines, pestilences. It says revolution. Yeah. The scriptures also speak about sedition, men coming up against one another. Yahushua also spoke about Satan coming up against Satan, kingdom against kingdom. Civil wars and stuff, that's prophesied within the scriptures. Man coming up against man, Egyptian against Egyptian. It says dictatorships, wars. Yeah, Yahushua spoke about wars and rumors of wars. 2nd Ezra chapter 16. Hey, many scriptures, man, that they're going to wars and what's about to pop off really soon. It says a lower standard of living. Yeah, man, and you can all find that. That's how you know we're at the end times. The disciples asked Yahushua when the end times will be, and Yahushua gave them a list and description of the things that will be going on. And currently, we're living through all those things that Yahushua spoke about in Matthew chapter 24 when his disciples asked him that question. Also, earthquakes. Many earthquakes have been happening. We heard about that big earthquake that happened back in 2023 with Turkey. Thousands of people died, and many other earthquakes, man. That's happened. You had an earthquake, I believe, what was in Japan in the beginning of this year. So, and many more earthquakes that happened. So far, in these recent years, man. So we understand that we're at the end without a doubt. So it says radical climate scientist or Hans Schellnhuber, who was appointed to the Pontifical Academy of Science in 2014, has echoed the 1 billion level. The carrying capacity of the planet, he has said, may be below 1 billion people. Yeah, man. And again, these guys set themselves up as if they're the Lord, trying to say that, the population needs to be 1 million. The earth can only support 1 billion people. The earth can only support 500 million people. Hey, that's all just indoctrination, man. That's all just them trying to push your lies. It said nearly a century ago, H.G. Wells, an early advocate of a globalist eugenic state, put starkly, those swarms of blacks and brown and dirty white and yellow people will have to go. It says they avoid that language today, but their goal is unchanged. Yeah, man, because they're being smarter about it now, but That's really how they feel. Let's go ahead and get Psalm chapter 83. It says, keep not thou silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. Yes, as a song or a psalm of Asaph. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. Who are the Lord's people? The Israelites. The Lord's not dealing with all other nations. The Lord's only dealing with Israelites. When you read Deuteronomy chapter 28, and start from 16 on down, you'll get the curses that our people will go through. And all those curses apply to the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos. But there's also scattering, according to Deuteronomy chapter 28:64, where the Lord will scatter his people amongst all other nations, meaning that you're going to have Israelites having the appearance of other nations. That's because their forefathers went into those lands, they dwelled there from generation to generation, of course, getting with the heathen woman of that land, and of course, further down the line of their descendants, eventually to take on the appearance of the other nation. But again, our nationality, what you are, your lineage, your bloodline is all determined by your father. Your mother has no influence on what you are, your nationality, your lineage, your bloodline. She might have appearance of, or an influence on your appearance, how you look, but she doesn't have an appearance of your bloodline or your nationality. That's all determined by your father, according to Numbers chapter 1 and 18. It says, Psalm chapter 83 and 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance. Right, man. So this right here proves to you that what they're taking crafty counsel, getting, these secret meetings, these secret world meetings. They're trying to find out how they can first and foremost take down the Israelites. Now they hide it from you, like this article said. It says they avoid that language today, but their goal is unchanged. Margaret Sanger said that they don't want it to get out that they're after the Negroes. They want to kill all blacks. That's what she said. And they also want to kill all Native Americans and Latinos, so-called. That's the terms that they put on us today. But their goal is unchanged. They're just a little bit smarter about it now. Because they understand that, it'll be less friction if they say, refer everybody. They brought in Martin Luther King, right? And now they're saying, we're for everybody. We want to unite. Hey, that's all just, really, man, that's all just a covering cast. That's all just a facade. Their goal is unchanged. They want to kill all Israelites. It says, verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Right, they're confederate against us. It says the tabernacles of Edom, being the so-called white men, the Ishmaelites being the so-called Arabians, or Arabic people. It says Moab, so-called Chinese, and the Hagarenes, which I believe to be another nation within the Middle East. When you go into that word, Hagarenes, going back to the word Hagaria, which I believe is one of those nations in the Middle East, if I'm not mistaken. And it further goes down the line of all the other nations that are against us, and it's literally speaks about all the nations, man. So all countries are really against our people. They understand that once we turn back to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that the Lord's gonna deal with us again, and the Lord's gonna make a speedy riddance to deliver us up out of the land. Once the Israelites are back in the right state, they repented, that's when Yahweh Bashim Yahushai will send back his son. Well, really, that's when the Lord starts dealing with his people again. But as we know, prophecy needs to happen. Esau needs to mandate the MOTB. And World War III will come, and Yahushua will come at that same point to really only deliver his elect of the nation of Israel, because not all Israelites will be saved, because not all Israelites have repented. You still have a lot of wicked Israelites who haven't repented yet of our people, but the Lord's only coming back to save the remnant, the elect. And Esau understands that, man. He studied these other captivities, these other histories of our people. He studied, the Maccabean revolt. He studied, the Egyptian captivity. And, all these other captivities, man, where the Lord, of course, we got delivered onto those lands. The Lord delivered us up onto those lands because of our disobedience and our wickedness. But once we got right as a nation, the Lord got us up out of there and made miraculous deliverance for our people. So Esau, he's not going to risk that again. That's why he strives so hard. He invests a lot into keeping our people on a low vibration, making our people basically idolize Satanists. They set up these celebrities and all these distractions, and they set up all this wickedness within society, push our people to follow it, so we're straight away from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Going back to the article, it says they will do this by coercing and shaming men and women into having fewer children, and they will seek to kill those that they deem surplus to requirements. Since the time of A.G. Wells, they have killed more than 1 billion babies in the most horrendous mass killing in human history. As a world population, the complete devils, man. The higher up elites, they sacrifice children and all that to their God, because they believe they get left-hand power and energy from Molech and all these other different gods that they worship, which all really go back to ancient Babylonian, ancient Egyptian, ancient Greek gods or whatever. Ultimately just goes back into Satanism, being a Satanist. That's their religion. So as the world population continues to grow, they desperately need to up the killing if they are to achieve their goal. But globalists see only a surplus population to be culled and millions of people, or millions of dollars. Hundreds of millions of dollars to be made. The sight of large families and young children leaves their hearts cold. Yeah, man, that's the point. A little bit more in this article, of course. But yeah, that's the point. They understand what they want. Again, they want to retain as much of their people as they can, but they understand even a lot of their people got to go. Because even you got Edomite coming up against Edomite. So-called white man against, their government, which are all so-called white people, the majority of them, really. Because you got some of our people, and they might be, for example, these mayors, but man, the mayors really got no power. The upper echelon, the upper class of the government, or, the elites, they're all Edomites. You're not going to see one Jake in, the Rothschild family, marrying with one of the Rothschild women. That's never going to happen. So it says, Ephesians chapter 5 and 14. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee light. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. You understand these perilous and evil times that we're in currently. We understand that Esau is after our people. He wants to ultimately destroy our people. And we understand what Esau is coming with, man. His agenda, what's awaiting the planet Earth. So what are we doing? We're redeeming the time. We're making sure we're getting as right as we can with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, keeping his laws, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability through faith, through Yahushai. And that's what we're doing. We're redeeming the time, doing this work. Of course, as brothers, as prophets, we go out there in the highways and byways, making sure that we're feeding the sheep, constantly uploading these lessons. That's us redeeming the time. It says, because the days are evil. Yeah, so storing up treasures in heaven, spiritual treasures, by doing the word of the Lord. That's what we're doing, man, redeeming the time. You got a lot of Jake, man, they're not redeeming the time. They're still living, that old, wicked lifestyle still. They haven't repented yet while the doors of mercy are still open. It says, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Wherefore be not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. Yes, so don't be unwise, man. Understand what the will of the Lord is. Because real soon, the Lord's going to put the spear on Esau to move forward with his agenda. As we know, the Lord, he controls everything, and he also controls the so-called white man. He also controls the Edomites. So very soon, the Lord's going to close the doors of mercy. The Lord's going to loose that leash of Esau. So he completely like a madman, unleashing his martial law, coming fully down, man, with his agenda. If you don't bow down to it, this new system that's coming in place, you're going to be killed. He's going to try to kill you. He's going to try to hem you up, throw you in jail, in prison, whatever. So don't be unwise. Get right with Yahweh Bashim Yashai so you be protected. Because guess what? Even though Esau's coming down, trying to kill billions of people, guess what? He won't be able to touch the elect of the nation of Israel unless the Lord allows him to. You're going to have some martyrs within the remnant, the elect Israelites. But what? They're going to be the first ones to be with Yahweh Shai in heaven. And it's not going to be, a long time. It's going to be a very short time between the martyrs dying, being with Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai making his return to deliver the rest of the elect. So even though Esau, you might get a few martyrs, he won't be able to touch the rest of the elect that are set up to receive salvation once Yahweh Shai comes back. And ultimately, the martyrs will receive salvation. The spirit will, of course, be ready to receive those new bodies. And they want the taste of that of the second death. They're going to be saved from that lake of fire. The lake of fire being America being destroyed by nuclear fire during World War III, when all the other nations shoot their nuclear missiles upon Babylon the Great. It says, Psalm chapter 37:1, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as a green herb. Trust in the Lord Yahweh and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Yeah, so don't fret thyself because of evildoers, meaning our enemies, people who work evil, such as, that's all Esau. All the Edomites work wickedness and evil. And they're all demons. They're all devils, man. They try to take down really just our adversaries, trying to take us down. Neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. Yeah, because Esau, he might be in his lofty state right now. Esau is currently in his heaven. This rulership is his heaven right now. The kingdom of heaven will be his hell because the Israelites will be ruling over all other nations, and he's going to be the basis of all men within the kingdom of heaven. He's going to be the lowest of all slaves. So, and he's going to be treated the worst of all slaves, man. All slaves will receive that rod of iron from the nation of Israel. They're going to receive a hard bondage and captivity, but Esau, without a doubt, will receive the worst. It says, verse 4, delight thyself also in the Lord Yahweh, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Yeah, for those, it's a great reward for those who are enduring within the truth, doing the Lord's will, storing up those spiritual treasures within heaven, meaning doing his work and doing the Lord's will, doing what he said to do. Keeping law, statutes, commandments, of course, through faith as much as we can, with the best of our ability, without guile. Well, guess what? Hey, everything that we desire within the kingdom of heaven, man, the Lord's gonna give it to us, man. Verse 5, commit thy way. Yeah, of course, everything that's righteous. You might have some Jake imaginings. I don't know. Oh yeah, I want to, Jake be thinking carnally. Oh, I want a Lambo in the kingdom of heaven. Nah, man. Hey, we're gonna have chariots within the kingdom of heaven. We're gonna have, hey, again, it's gonna be a new earth and new things on the planet Earth. Supernatural things, not these carnal, earthly things that you see currently. Nah, man. Hey, everything's gonna be renewed. So our desires are going to be, of course, according to righteousness. And really, man, hey, our desires will be according to righteousness. The Lord's going to give us everything 100 times according to what we might desire on this side. Looking to the kingdom of heaven and imagining what we could possibly receive. It says, verse 5, commit thy way unto the Lord Yahweh. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and judgment and thy judgment as a noonday. So it says, verse 7, rest in the Lord Yahweh and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him of him who also is luck. It says, of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Yes, so don't fret thyself. Don't be afraid of this devil, man, what he's claiming and what he's coming with. These globalist elites. Hey, man, because they're all men at the day. They all piss, and they all go to the bathroom, and they all sleep, and they all eat and drink, and like we do. That they all bleed red. There's just a man. There's just men. Yahweh Bashim Yahshai is a spiritual being. Of course, Lord has the ability, or really, the depiction of the Lord is really stated within. When I say the Lord's the Spirit, I'm not saying that he's just, like, I don't know, like a phantom-like being with, like he has no physical appearance. No, the Lord has a physical appearance given unto you by Daniel chapter 7 and 9, Daniel chapter 10 and 6, and Revelation chapter 1, 14 through 15. Yahushua looks like, or the Heavenly Father and His Son, they look like so-called black men. They have white woolly hair. And they have skin as if brass burned in a furnace, meaning a very dark brown. So the scriptures give you the appearance of how the Lord looks like. But yeah, the Lord, he what? The Lord's a supernatural being. A very powerful supernatural being. The Lord has the ability to, the Lord controls everything. The Lord is the creator of all things. So why are we going to fear a man that's literally being controlled by Yahweh Bashim Yahshai himself? How are we going to fear a man that's literally everything the scriptures say, he's doing it. Everything that all the prophecies and all the things that the scriptures say that Esau would do, well, he's currently doing it, man. That shows you the power of these scriptures, the power of the word of the Lord, man. It says, Isaiah chapter 59 and 19. It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. Yeah, it says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. Yeah, Yahushua, he's coming back to make a speedy riddance, or to make a speedy riddance for the wicked and to deliver his people. The Lord's going to make a speedy deliverance for his people. Well, when Esau tries to come in like a flood, well, guess what? You're going to have spiritual power. You see these movies like such as Superman, Black Adam. You see these, Dragon Ball Z and all these different shows that show supernatural abilities. Hey, all that is going to be given onto the certain select brothers within the truth, select prophets. They're going to have those spiritual abilities, man. The scripture's speaking about being able to fly, run without being weary, meaning, like the Flash, having super speed. Hey, the scriptures all go into that. Esau doesn't get these ideas, for these superhero movies and these comics from nowhere. He gets it from the scriptures. We're going to be able to fly, shoot lightning and all that. Hey, again, everything you see in these comics, man, these guys get it from the scriptures. So what? Guess what? The Lord's going to give spiritual power unto prophets, his select prophets, of course. And if you don't receive spiritual power, Lord's will, me, myself, hey, Yahweh Bashim Yahshai willing, I receive it. Of course, you brothers out there that desire it as well. If we don't receive it, what, the Lord's going to send his angels, or he's going to send another brother with spiritual power, and basically, if we're in a situation and Esau's, where we're cornered and we're calling upon the name of the Lord, what the Lord's going to send. But either way, the Lord's going to send divine intervention for his people. The Spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. Verse 20, and the Redeemer, you see the capital R, shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord Yahweh. Yeah, not all Israelites will turn from transgression. So that's why the scriptures speak about a remnant that will repent, come back unto Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, and the Lord will have mercy upon them. So the Redeemer, being Yahweh Shai, he's going to come back. He's going to come to Zion, meaning come to his people. It's a people before a place. The Lord's going to come to deliver his remnant and to destroy the wicked. Put the other nations in bondage and hardcore slavery. That's what Yahweh Bashim Yahshai is coming with. To destroy the NWO that Esau is coming with. It says, Isaiah chapter 54 and 17, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord Yahweh, and the righteousness is of me, saith the Lord Yahweh. Yeah, so no weapon that Esau forms, no matter if it's his tanks, his fighter jets, his bombs, his infrared, whatever weapons, his radioactive weapons he got, microwave or laser technology he got, designed to take down his elect, or take down the Lord's servants. Because, hey, Esau knows, man, hey, very soon his servants will receive that spiritual power. The scriptures say it, and he's not stupid, man. That's why he's trying to create his own version of his own, super soldiers. You see movies like, Captain America and stuff, and hey, that's what he's trying to create. Why did this setup to come up against the elect of the nation of Israel? But no weapon that Esau forms, man. Even these weapons that he has hidden, he hasn't showed it in public's eyes yet. Not even the most powerful weapons that Esau got is going to be able to come up against us. Because, hey, the Spirit of the Lord is more powerful than all that. Spiritual power overcomes all of that. So, yeah, I believe that's the point. The point is that what? The Lord, he's coming back. He's going to deliver his remnant. And Esau won't be able to Esau won't be able to lay a finger upon the elect. The elect is already with Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, reserved with the Lord. Again, you might have some martyrs, but the martyrs really, man, they're going to die in honorable death. And they're going to be the first ones with Yahweh Shai, tasting of that new body. That second covenant, which is what the new body are, the laws and statutes, commandments being written within us, meaning that we won't sin or go off anymore. And Esau won't be able to lay a finger upon the rest of the elect. He might torture some, but ultimately he won't be able to kill them because the Lord's going to deliver them up out of those situations. So the point is that the Lord will redeem his elect. The point is to have faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, because the scriptures say these things, and the Lord's going to save the same ones who have faith in him and who are patient unto him. So Lord's really brothers out there edified. Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, Bashim Akakwirash Brakathum. Shalom.